Right. So, very good morning to all of you, those who are joining us live for this special session, this open day of the PCM program by Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you all aware at the moment, due to this pandemic situation, the COVID-19 situation here in Sri Lanka, we were forced to go online. It is for the safe and security of all of us. So we adopted to the new norm of the society, and here we are conducting our programs and open days through Microsoft Teams and through several other online platforms. So once again, we warmly welcome each and every one of you for this session. I'm the Bandara, and I'll be moderating this session. Now, as you're seeing on your screen, we have a special guest here with us today, and he'll be joining us shortly. I'll be introducing him shortly. But before moving on towards that, as your moderator for this session, I think it's my duty to give you a bit of an introduction about the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing and then, of course, the PCM program. I know most of y'all have done your research, but let me give you a brief introduction. Well, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, ladies and gentlemen, is the apex body for Sri Lankan marketers, which was founded back in 1970 and subsequently incorporated by a Parliament Act in 1980, recognizing it as the national body for marketing and a not-for-profit organization. So we are mandated to uplift the marketing profession in Sri Lanka, thus providing marketing studies and conducting many national level events and projects. And then, of course, the PCM program, the Professional Certificate in Marketing, your gateway to this marketing arena in Sri Lanka. So it is the gateway for people who have an interest in marketing to venture into a fulfilling career in the field. Marketing serves as not only a career path, but a lifestyle, and will ensure that all professionals uplift their everyday standards. The course will cover basic concepts of marketing and lay the foundation for marketing as a profession. The PCM qualification is especially designed for beginners in marketing. The Professional Certificate of Marketing course has a 3-month study duration leading up to a postgraduate diploma in marketing for Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. So with that introduction, ladies and gentlemen, without taking any more time, let us move on to the highlight of today's session, and that is, of course, this Q&A session with our guest, whom I shall be introducing. But before revealing his name, I know most of you all have know who the speaker is, but let me give you a brief introduction about this particular individual who's joining with us today. Well, he's a highly accomplished professional with over 25 years of experience in strategic marketing, with specializing in branding, communications, research, media planning, digital marketing, and many other aspects of marketing. He has contributed immensely towards the banking and the financial sectors, office automation, telecom, and automotive industries. In terms of qualifications, he owns a master's degree in business administration from University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, a fellow at Chartered Institute of Marketing, and a certified management accountant with CMA. And a postgraduate diploma in marketing and executive diploma in business administration as well. Now, these are some of his professional qualifications. He has many more. And going beyond professional qualification, he has won several awards. So one of them is an award for excellence in branding and marketing in the South Asian Partnership Summit and Business Awards. And he currently holds the position as the head of marketing, Sri Lanka Cricket. Now, prior to this, prior to being head of marketing at Sri Lanka Cricket, he worked as the head of marketing in Dialog Asiata PLC, head of marketing, and as a consultant at eSoft Metro Campus, and as the general manager group marketing at Associated Motorways. And these are only few of his recent posts that he held in different companies across Sri Lanka. And apart from being the head of marketing at Sri Lanka Cricket, he currently holds the position as the honorary member of the Marketing and Public Relations Advisory Committee of the State Ministry of urban development, coast conservation, waste disposal, and community cleanliness. And he's also a corporate trainer, a lecturer, and a business consultant. Now, this is where things get interesting. Now, apart from being a mere professional in his career, he has broken the contemporary barriers of being a professional. Now, let me tell you, he is a professional singer, an actor, a cyclist, a photographer, and involved in several adventure sports, and he's an enthusiastic traveler as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we have a true, genuine all-rounder from Sri Lanka cricket. So please welcome Mr. Upul Nawaratne Bandara, Head of Marketing, Sri Lanka Cricket. Mr. Bandara.
Good morning to you, Oshada, and good morning, everyone. And so glad to be a part of this program. And thank you very much for that kind introduction. Quite a long one.
That is well worth it. Mr. Bandara, I think your camera is switched off. Right.
Is it?
Oh, it's clear.
Can I be seen now?
Okay.
All right.
Right. Yeah. But before going on with our Q&A session, I think we have a small video to play regarding the PCM program. So let us move on to that.
All right.
Right. So, right, Mr. Banner, let's start our session now. I would like to start off this session with a question that I came up once I went through your profile. Now, from being an executive, you went to become the head of marketing in Sri Lanka Cricket and several other posts such as the head of marketing and Dialogue Garciata. So, can you share this journey with us? How you went through several stages of your life to become who you are at the moment?
Well, interesting question. It's like, I mean, well, I would say the first step of the journey is about getting to know yourself and knowing what you really want to do. See, the moment you become aware of what you want to do, you start seeing options. I had my own confusion some time ago when I was actually just after A-levels. For instance, I did bioscience. Then I was not very keen for some reason, but to get into the faculty. But for some reason, I did it. Then after college, I joined Ceylon Hotel School for to become a hotel graduate. So I had this continuous confusion until I joined my first employer, Central Finance, and I figured, okay, I kind of like the business sector, but I still had not got into marketing, you know. Then about 3 years later, I had another opportunity to work for a company called Vanik Corporation, a very progressive merchant bank, and there I got an opportunity to handle advertising for them, apart from the kind of job that I did, which was leasing. And I was fascinated with marketing. And from that moment, I haven't looked back. You know, when I actually decided to pursue a career in marketing, I was maybe about 23, 24 years. And by 30, I had about 6 qualifications in business marketing. And as you very kindly highlighted, I managed to head top brands of this country as a marketer. So it has been a very promising career throughout, with a lot of effort and commitment. And the other thing that I want to tell you is I've been very consistent in terms of what I want to do. Right, not taking deviations, not turning back. Right, because life is not very smooth always. You know, you get barriers, you get hurdles, but that you feel persistent and serious about what you want to achieve, I guess you can achieve anything. So that's a bit about my journey. I've been with about, now this is my 11th assignment, been with 11 companies, 6 or 7 different industries, and I've been able to contribute immensely. See, people ask how I was able to switch industries without a problem. When you know the fundamentals, that's the other thing that I actually want to highlight here. When you learn your fundamentals well, you're able to switch to any industry. And of course, you should be confident. For instance, when I was heading brands for Sampath Bank, before joining Sampath Bank, I was not a banker. And before joining Dialogue as head of marketing, the only experience that I had in terms of telecom was using a phone. Right? But when you know your fundamentals, and when you're confident, I guess you can take any challenge. So it's about having a very clear direction to your life. So that has been my journey.
Great. Now, before going to the second question, there's a small request for our participants. So if you have any questions to ask from Mr. Bandara, yeah,
On the way.
in terms of marketing, you can always ask them. As you can see on your screen, there's a Q&A option for you. So you can ask the questions and we will direct them to Mr. Bandara. And of course, Mr. Bandara, I think it would be of great benefit for our participants if you can use both Sinhala and English for your explanations.
Right, okay.
Right. Now, moving on. Now, as you mentioned earlier, you've been involved with 6 or 7 industries throughout your journey, corporate journey. So now you told us that the fundamental thing was to know the basics.
Yeah.
So now knowing the basics through education is really important, right? So I think, as you mentioned earlier, by 30, you had several professional qualifications. Now, for the participants who are here, just tell us how important it is to know the fundamentals, to get the basic knowledge when it comes to marketing, or not only marketing, but any other area.
Yes, I guess any profession, as you very correctly said, Oshada, with his having a good foundation is very important. When you know only bits and pieces, you're not sure of the whole thing. You cannot really take control of a situation. For instance, you can't head a division and take a responsibility in terms of marketing or finance or any discipline that you're in. So when you're sure of the fundamentals, and you're very conversant about the field that you're in, you become very confident, and that's essential to make a difference and to progress. The marketing වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, වෙන profession එකක් වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, and then a good qualification give you like slim. Now when it comes to marketing, slim education has been Slim has been a pioneer in like providing marketing education, so that kind of a foundation is essential, right? So I guess I answered your question.
Right. So moving on now. the people or the participants who are here, I think we have nearly 100 participants so far. So
that's very interesting.
yeah, definitely. Now, the marketing education.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing have been providing this marketing education for nearly for several decades, and today the participants who are here are also they're trying to pursue their careers in the profession of marketing, maybe to get a boost, maybe to get some confidence in terms of dealing with their businesses and several other professions. So, how important it is education when it comes to dealing with everyday matter?
Well, as I previously said, education gives you a solid foundation, which is essential. But going beyond that, the importance of the question is the importance of marketing education in this country or globally. See, I mean, if you try and understand what marketing is, I mean, it's not a technical session of marketing, but what exactly is marketing? If you understand the nature of this function, right? Marketing is about meeting needs of potential customers profitably. So it's an end-to-end process. It begins with consumers, it ends with consumers, right? So the financial success of a company depends on the marketing ability. The marketing function එක හරියට තිබුණ නැත්නම් කම්පනියක් කට progress වෙන්න බෑ. මොකද කම්පනියකට progress වෙන්න නම් you need customers coming. So you have to create customer demand. For that, you need to create products and solutions for them. Right? Now that is done by marketing. Right? If there's no consumer demand, if consumers are not working into your organization to purchase products and services, other functions like finance, IT, operations, HR becomes irrelevant. I'm not saying those functions are not important. Those are extremely important functions. But without marketing, rest of the functions cannot survive. Right? And also you see now marketing has been quite synonymous with FMCG products. Right? You've seen marketing is practiced heavily by FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods product companies. But you also see that other sectors like banking is embracing marketing and becoming customer-oriented. Right? Now this is very interesting. Not so long ago, maybe I don't know, about 30, 40 years ago, banks were seen like, Greek temples, very serious buildings, and bank officers were grumpy, very serious, and they were like gods. They never smiled with people, and people had to wait in long queues to get a banking service, and basically they had to worship these guys. Now today, banking is offered at your doorstep. Right? Because they are quite customer oriented. If they're not customer oriented, they can't survive because customers will move into another competitor rather. Right? So may okkogema kevenne, right? What it all says is the importance of marketing education and marketing as a profession in Sri Lanka and as a whole. Right? And like you said, it can be an organization, it can be your own business, how to make it better, how to make it more customer oriented, how to create more customer demand. If you want to learn that, it's marketing. And if you're a professional, like a lawyer, and you want to promote your own self, right? Marketing can really help, right? So I think there's massive opportunity for marketing education and marketing as a profession in this country.
Great. Now, Mr. Bandara, if you can share some of your personal experience. Now, being head of marketing, I think one should be familiar with crisis management. Yeah. And in terms of crisis management, we had a huge crisis last year. Even not even in last year, we're still having that crisis. So, can you share some of your experiences, some of the advantages that you gain by marketing education and how you used it to manage those crisis situations with an example?
Well, it's like this. Again, there is like in other professions, there is no standard formula in marketing. It's situational. The marketers face challenges almost every day. Why do I say that? Other in a competition hit a value in there can be a new competitor, right? The other in a competitor, alu product right? And customers, their requirements change all the time, right? And there are new media channels coming in, right? So what you see here is the change, the rate of change that is happening, or the change that is happening all the time. So if we don't adapt as marketers constantly to this change, අපි නිතර මේ වෙනස් වෙන ඒවට අපි අපේ strategies වෙනස් කරේ නැත්නම් we cannot even survive. So marketers ට මේ challenges, මේ changes අලුත් දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. මොකද දැන් අද තියෙන සිටුේෂන් එකේ මේ කස්ටමර්ස්ලා ඉන්නේ අද තියෙන සිටුේෂන් එකේ මාකට් එකේ තියෙන්නේ ඉතින් හැම දෙයක් හැම තිස්සම මේ සිටුේෂන් එක වෙනස් වෙනවා ඒ අනුව මාකටර්ස්ලා තමගේ ප්ලෑන්ස් හදා ගන්නවා. Right? එතකොට this new normal is a significant change. It's true. But it's another change. එතකොට මොනවද උනේ? ගොඩක් අය දැන් අපි කොහොමද digital world is moving towards digital platforms. ඒක ටිකක් ඉක්මනට උනා. What we saw was while certain companies were badly hit and certain companies benefited, like companies which were into digital commerce, right? And also companies which were able to adapt. Right? We got very familiar with online supermarketing or grocery shopping, right? Online education, online banking, right? Not that we didn't use before, but I mean, you saw a rapid shift into these platforms, right? Calling Patri advertise karanang, then you would probably advertise more on digital social media. Those are very basic things, right? So it's how you adapt. As Sri Lanka cricket, I can actually bring you an example out of this. We can actually talk about so many examples of how companies adapted, and then you also saw companies which were able to adapt and make their brands relevant to this situation benefited. අපිට දෙයක් කරගන්න බෑ දැන් අපිට කියමු රෙස්ටොරන්ට් එකක්. අපිට කස්ටමර්ස්ලා ඉන්නේ නැහැ කියලා අපි වහලා දානවද නැත්නම් අපි ස්පෙෂල් මෙනු එකක් හදලා ඩෙලිවරි මෙනු එකක් හදලා අපි door to door delivery එකක් කරනවද? So similar to banking or any other service, right? So it's about how well you adapt to a changing situation, right? Now you see we are getting out of the new normal and normalizing it slowly. So again another change that you see. So Sri Lanka cricket, if you want an example, I will yes, I can talk about the Lanka Premier League. See, the Lanka Premier League was planned last June, right? And then actually it was during the first lockdown. අපිට ලංකා ප්‍රීමියර් ලීග් එකක් අපේ ලීග් එකක් ප්ලේ කරනවා තියා අපිට සොෆ්ට්බෝල් මැච් එකක්වත් ගහන්න තත්ත්වයක් ඒ දවස්වල තිබුණේ නැහැ. ඔය ලොක්ඩවුන් නේ. But we still planned. We had a tender process, online tender process to identify a rights holder, event planner for this. We worked on that. Then we did an operational plan. We prepared the grounds, right? We prepared marketing plans. We branded all the teams, right? And then we did franchise selections, and we did player selection. All these things happened virtually. Also, we had the first virtual launch of a league in the world. Nowhere in the world a virtual league has happened, right? We did it for the first time. Now, what is important here is, අපි කොයිලාකත් හිතුවේ නැහැ මේක play කරන්න බැරි වුණොත් මොකද කරන්න කියලා. You always very positive and always work towards it. And the moment we got the approval from the government to go ahead, now that also happened during the second lockdown, during the second wave, right? We managed to go out and do it. And we had a very successful league. For the first time, we had our own league, right? So this is what you can do even during a pandemic. If you're very optimistic, you can find ways to do things. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Being optimistic. That is.
And also just I was thinking, now,
Yeah.
right? Every situation gives us a learning. Because see, I mean, how many things that we have learned during the past? We've learned that we don't need so many things, right? Right, and then also we would have noticed that most of the issues are self-inflicted. But we were able to be away from doctors.
Definitely.
And then we appreciate this family time, right? And working from home. So and also we figured that හැමතිස්සෙම අපි physically meeting එකට යන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. අපිට දුර ඉඳන් දේවල් ගොඩක් දේවල් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියන්නේ. So it's a lot of learning and appreciate what we have as a whole.
Right. Now, Mr. Bandara, you've been in this marketing arena or in the in being a professional for nearly over 25 years. So tell us, what's your message for these fresh marketers who are trying to pursue maybe their careers in the marketing field, or trying to get their education first up for this in this marketing area? So what is your message for them?
Well, yeah. Well, as I said before, it's about knowing what you really want to do in life, right? Whether it's marketing or being in another profession, whatever that you want to do, it's about knowing who you are, bit of self-discovery. අපි දැන් ගොඩක් අය ගැන හොයනවා, ගොඩක් දේවල් ගැන හොයනවා. සමහර වෙලාවට අපි ටිකක් වෙලාවක් ගන්න අපි ගැන හොයන්න පොඩ්ඩක්. Right? So you got to spend some time with you and really understand who you are and what you get excited with, right? For instance, now if you are the person who's very outgoing, right, who like to meet people and take challenges, right? You're right. Then you're a marketer, right? So you got to really understand what you want in life first. That can you right, understanding your natural talents, and then also identify what you like doing. It's a combination of that, right? Say you like to become a musician, but if you can't sing for a toffee, then it won't work, right? So you got to identify what your natural talents are, and then you also like to sort of know what you like doing, and then you see a spark, right? So that is the first point. Now here, most of you have sort of identified what you really want to know, or what you really want to have as a career. It's a very promising career, is marketing. And then you got to have a very clear goal in life. The next thing would be, so understanding what you want, where you are, and then and have a very clear understanding about what you want and where do you want to go in life. Say 30 years, I want to become head of marketing of an organization, right? So the moment that you set a goal, you start seeing all the possibilities, as I said, right? So if you want, for instance, you want to become a very promising marketer in 10 years time or 7 years time from now, right? You got to do your education, right? You got to learn your fundamentals. You got to develop your soft skills, right? Say for instance, language. Now say if you can't converse properly, if you can't present properly, how do you face an interview? How do you put across your idea to the management if you can't do a presentation, right? So number one, having a solid foundation in your field, right? And be consistent with what you want to do. Take an example of Sachin Tendulkar or Mark Zuckerberg, anybody who's been successful. If Sachin played cricket for 2 years and then he started playing badminton, right, for instance, he wouldn't have become a great batsman. He was very consistent about what he wanted to do, right? And he mastered the art of hitting a ball. That's what he did, right? So that's how he achieved the greatness. We have to be very consistent. දැන් මේ අවුරුදු දෙකක් කරනවා ඊළඟ අවුරුද්දේ තව එකක් කරනවා ඊළඟ අවුරුද්දේ තව ඊට පස්සේ වෙනස් දෙයක් කරන්න ගියොත් එහෙම අවුරුදු 6ක් 7ක් යනකොට you can't really progress with the profession. So you got to be very consistent. Another important thing is managing your own brand, I guess. Manage your reputation and managing your own brand as a performer, as a doer. For instance, අපි office එකේ බාගෙට වැඩක් කරොත්, right, will be known as යාට වැඩක් දුන්නොත් එයා බාගෙට කරන එක. Right. එයා හරියට වැඩක් කරන්නේ. So you want to make a name, work towards it, because your brand becomes your behavior becomes your brand. තමන් හැගේ හැසිරීම අනුව තමයි තමන්ගේ brand එක වෙන්නේ. තමන් හොඳට දේවල් කරොත්, හොඳ දේවල් කරොත්, තමන්ගේ reputation එක හොඳට තියාගත්තොත්, right, තමන්ගේ brand එක හොඳ වෙනවා. So knowing what you want to do, being very consistent about what you want to achieve, right, build a career very consistently, right, and also building a good network, be strong in your fundamentals, and really enjoy your life on the way, right, having a full life. So I guess that's the essence of what I really want to tell you in terms of giving advice.
Yeah, definitely. That was some great explanations. Now, before concluding this session, I think once again there's a small request to our participants. So if you have any questions to ask from Mr. Bandara, you can ask any questions regarding marketing, of course. Right. So since you brought up singing in that last answer of yours, so once I went through your profile, I came to know that you're a good singer, an actor, a cyclist, a photographer, and been engaged in so many different sports and traveling. So now, before concluding this session, just give us a bit of explanation about how important these small things are for your life and for everyone's life. Because being a mere professional in the current society, how difficult it is, or how has this changed your life?
Well, interesting question again. Now, another question, right? See, why do you build a career? Why, right? Now you got to ask, time, you got to review and ask questions from your own self, I guess. Why would you build a career and progress in life? To have a good life. To have a good life, right? So there's much more to life than your work. Your work is a very significant, important aspect of your life, true. But what about the rest of the aspect of life? Your relationship, your family, your pastimes, the things that you love doing. Do you want to forego all that and work? So after maybe 30-40 years, you turn back and see you have done nothing other than work. So there's no reason for us to stop everything that we like doing and do only work. And work has to be an enjoyable experience. That's the difference. That's why I said at the outset, you have to select what you love doing. Then you won't be working. You'll be enjoying. It's not really hard work. The life doesn't have to be hard. The work doesn't have to be hard. It has to be an enjoyable experience, right? So you say, for instance, you work hard, right? That you say you have had a stressful session, maybe 3-4 months, and you want to take a break and go somewhere or travel somewhere and do something that you love doing, right? I've seen most people stop the things that they used to do in school, probably the enjoyable stuff, and becoming very serious. Life is very short to be serious, you know. Something that I never stop. I used to sing in school, but I continue with that because I love singing. That really helped to manage my stress at work sometimes. And after 3-4 months of, I mean, every 3-4 months I would go. I mean, I can't do it now, but would travel somewhere, out, right, and take my camera and go to the wild, right. So, I mean, it really helps you to rejuvenate and and then come out fresh all the time. And yeah, I guess. So all this has really helped me, and it's about living a full life, the complete life.
Great. Now, with that, I would like to conclude this session. So once again, thank you, Mr. Bandara, for sharing all that information, your wealth of knowledge and experience with our participants. So we have a number of questions from our participants. So since we have very limited time, we selected 4 questions.
Yeah.
And let me direct them to you. Right. So the first question. What do you think is the best career path related to the qualification aspect and the work experience aspect to get to the top of the field as a marketer? Do I have to repeat the question?
Yes, if you don't mind.
What do you think is the best career path related to the qualification aspect and the work experience aspect to get to the top of the field as a marketer?
Okay, good question. See, once you know exactly what you want to do in life, say here is marketing, it's about and then once you set a target to go to the top, head of marketing or director of marketing, what you want to call it, the highest level. It's about how you get there. So in terms of qualifications, how do you select a qualification? Number one, it has to give you that knowledge, a solid knowledge. Number two, it has to be recognized. See, you do something, you try and get a qualification, but if it's not recognized by your employers, what's the point of wasting that time and money? Qualification I've seen people. But if it is not recognized, so you have wasted your time and energy, your money and all that. Right? Money you can earn, time you'll never get. Right? So you have to invest your time in good qualifications. So if you're doing marketing, for instance, I don't want to specify, okay, SLIM is definitely recognized body for marketing, but I want to, sort of specify marketing qualifications here. But see, if you are doing a specialization like marketing, it's good to do a specialized qualification in marketing. Then maybe a general degree to have an overall understanding of business, because you can't, as a marketer, you can't work in isolation. You have to understand what happens in finance, what happens with HR, what happens with operations, and you have to collectively plan, right? Then once you get yourself some experience, maybe 4 or 5 years of experience, you can actually top it up with an MBA, a good MBA, right? So in terms of qualification, that is what you should be doing. In terms of experience, I think the first 6-7 years, more than your priority should not be your salary. Money is definitely important. Don't take it wrong, but your priority should be getting that exposure. Which company can give me a good exposure in marketing in all the verticals, whether it's research, whether it's corporate communication, whether it's brand management, whether it's digital marketing, whether it's internal marketing, right? Which company can give me a complete exposure, right? Probably say you offered maybe 50,000 more by a smaller company which can't give you exposure, but you're better off working for 4 or 5 years, learning at a smaller salary, because after some time you get that benefit, right? And if you don't learn and get exposed to your field at the beginning of the career, you'll be labeled as an incapable person. Yeah. So a solid qualification and solid experience is what matters. Have I answered that question, Oshada, or anything else you want?
Yes,
to
I think it will satisfy the one who asked the question. Right. So we'll move on to our second question now. Someone's asking how to handle setbacks and failures and what to do in those situations. I think this is more sort of a generalized question. How to handle setbacks and failures and what to do in those situations.
Right. See, let me tell you something interesting. Now, say, imagine a situation where about 100 graduates passing out, right? Do you find all these graduates become equally successful? Oshada, what do you think?
Obviously not.
Obviously not. So, see, all these graduates have the same qualification. What makes the difference? How do you, right? So it's your behavior and how you handle things in life, right? I mean, life is not going to be smooth anyway. You're going to get hurdles and you're going to fall several times. Now, even if you fall 100 times, do you give up? Now, that is the attitude that you should have in life. Now, qualification probably not give you that. I think it's a very pertinent, very good question here. තමන් කොච්චර වැටුණොත් ජීවිතේ තමන් අත ඇරියොත් කාටද පාඩු? තමන්ටනේ. right. එතකොට හිතන්න අපි ගොඩාක් achieve කරපු අය life එකේ දැකලා තියෙනවා. example එකක් ගමු, J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter author, right? Now she miserably failed many times. She had a failed marriage, she was homeless, jobless, her work was rejected all the time. Right? Now, did she give up? What if she gave up? Right? Now she is the most celebrated author in UK. And she's a billionaire today. And right, once she was homeless. Right? Let's take this brand of Apple. Steve Jobs. He started his company in a garage. And then he built this company and then he was fired by his own company. But did he give up? He came back and made a huge difference. And look at what Apple is doing today. Right? So you can actually find reasons to give up. Or, right? Okay, or you can say to yourself, no, nothing can stop me. Right? I'm going to achieve it. And failure will always give you a lesson and make you stronger. Take my word, I have failed many times. But giving up is not the option. So how you set a, okay, face a setback, getting back to the question more precisely, understand the situation, why it is happening, and look at the situation very positively. Okay, this is happening for a reason. How do I work around it? Because your mind will tell you immediately, okay, give up, give up, give up, give up. No. Something is happening for a reason, but how do I work around it? Tell your mind and be strong. That's the only way. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So moving on to our third question. This question is from Kaushik, and the question is, what should be the most important skill set needed for a beginner who is expecting to start the career? The most important skill set for a beginner who is expecting to start the career.
Well, I think I touched on this a bit before.
Yeah. Just a small, brief answer. Maybe.
No, that's okay. That's okay. If you have the time, I have the
time is the problem.
Yes. Time is not at our mercy all the time. So yes. See, apart from the of the knowledge of the profession that you're pursuing, say here it's marketing, the soft skills, right? Now, what can you do in the present context? Any field, take any field. What can you do without your IT knowledge and probably English? Think about it. Right. I mean, you can have the best of idea, but if you can't put it across because of a language barrier, right? And can you even think of working or doing your own stuff without having at least a basic knowledge in IT? So, right, in specific to marketing, I guess it's good networking skills, your language skills, especially, and analytical skills. You should be able to analyze the situation, right? And also how flexible you are to adapt to a situation. Because as I highlighted before, there's no one standard formula. Each day is a different scenario. So how flexible you are, okay, is something that you got to inculcate. Yeah, and of course, doing your best, whatever that you do it 100%. Those will make a huge difference. I hope I answered your question again. You know?
Yeah. Right. So this will be our final question, because as you correctly mentioned, time is not mercy on us. So we have so many questions coming up, but unfortunately, we won't be able to touch each and every one of those questions. But of course, as you mentioned earlier, these questions, if they have any specific questions to ask from Mr. Bandara, you can reach him through LinkedIn as well.
Yes, right? Of course, I would love to support and help. You can please reach me through LinkedIn or any social platform that I'm in. And yeah, of course, anytime. I'll be glad to support.
Definitely. Right. So moving on to our last question. This question is from Shihan, and he's asking, when it comes to being qualified, how important it is a qualification when making the first impression at a corporate environment. He's asking whether when it comes to being qualified, how important it is a qualification when making the first impression at a corporate environment. The importance of a qualification in a corporate environment, simply, I think.
Yes, a qualification is definitely important for several reasons. First, a qualification will give you knowledge in your respective area and a good foundation. Okay, that is one. And it will give you a framework, okay, how things work. And also, qualification will add value to your life. Okay, you're a professional marketer. You become a professional with a qualification. And also, qualifications will give you job opportunities. Sometimes, you know, when a position is advertised, right, and you find so many CVs a company will get so many CVs. So how do they shortlist? They haven't even still seen you, right? තාම දැකලා නැහැ ඔයගොල්ලන් කවුරුත්. CV එක විතරයි දකින්නේ. So CV has to talk for you. තමගේ CV එක තමයි එතන තමන්ව represent කරන්නේ. එතකොට CV එකේ මොනවද තියෙනවද? තමන්ගේ experience වගේම qualification. So qualification එකක් තියෙන කෙනා එතන short list වෙනවා. Right? But when you go, right, if you're selected to face an interview, then what matters is how you present yourself. එතකොට තමයි අර අනිත් soft skills ටික ඕන වෙන්නේ. තමන්ගේ personality එක තමන්ව represent කරන විදිය matter වෙන්නේ එතකොට. Yeah.
Right. We have so many questions, but we don't have much time left as well. Right.
Please reach me through LinkedIn or any platform that you like. I'll be more than happy to support on a continuous basis. Yeah,
definitely. So with that message, we would like to conclude this session with Mr. Upul Nawaratne Bandara. So once again, thank you for joining with us today and sharing all your knowledge, all your experience, and I think it'll be great importance for all our participants who joined with us today. So once again, thank you for joining with us.
Thank you, Stream, for having me, and then it was quite an enjoyable experience, which I had this morning. Lovely talking to all of you, and best wishes from me for a fabulous to all of you for a fabulous marketing career. And remember, the best way to predict yourself, or best way to predict your future, is to create it. Right? I want to keep that as right.
Final remark.
Right? And you can create your own future and be confident. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you once again, Mr. Upul Nawaratne Bandara, for joining with us today. Right. So moving on with the proceedings of today's event. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Pavan Hettiarachigi, the manager at Slim Business School, to give a brief introduction about the PCM program.
Yes, Oshada, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me, no?
Yeah, everything's clear.
Okay, thanks. So everyone, good morning. First of all, thank you very much, Mr. Bandara, for accepting our invitation and participating this event as a guest speaker. So good morning, students. On behalf of the Slim Business School, once again, I warmly welcome you all for this live virtual open day for professional certificate in marketing, first intake for this year, 2021. So at the very beginning of the year, you have taken right decision to enroll for a professional qualification and learn marketing as the first step in your career. So I know there are many students have joined for today's session, online session from many parts of the country, including Kandy and Matara. So it doesn't matter who you are, I mean the profile, in your profile. So you might be after A-level students, so you might be after O-level students. So this program is ideal for you, and even you may be the individuals who is working in organization with 5 or 10 experience. So this program will really help you to get promoted in your career as well. So I'm not going to elaborate the more details about the marketing and the opportunities available in the marketing industry, because our guest speaker did a wonderful introduction about that. So as the manager business school, in my presentation, I will elaborate the more details about the program structure and the program syllabus, and as well as the evaluation criteria. So moving on to my presentation. So The first part is registration. So all the students are expected to register for the program before attending to the coaching session. So at the time of registration, you need to submit those documents. I think everyone can see in the screen now, duly filled application and your NIC copy and the stamp size photograph, and also your education copy is available, depend on the entry criteria. So once you submit those documents, you can collect the textbook. This is the recommended textbook, which include the syllabus curriculum for the professional certificate in marketing. So since we are conducting the classes in these days online through the Microsoft Teams, we will be sharing the soft copy of this textbook, but students, those who wish to obtain the hard copy of this book, so you can collect in the nearest business school. If you are from Colombo, yes, you may come to the Slim Business School, number 50, Kitulatta Road, Colombo 8, and submit your relevant documents and collect your class card, and you can collect the study kit as well. So I think everyone can see this book. This book can be collected by submitting the relevant documents, and after submitting your relevant documents, you may also can collect your class card as well. So this is the class card. So I am again repeatedly saying, so we are sharing the soft copy of this textbook study kit. So the students, those who wish to obtain the hard copy, so please attend to the business school on weekends, Saturday and Sunday. So hand over your relevant documents, and you may take your class card and the study kit as well. So the class schedule, very important. So in the Colombo, we are conducting the 2 parallel batches, weekend and the weekday. So weekend batch, so we are commencing the classes from 7th February onwards, the first coaching session. So today is the open day, and weekday batch we are commencing the 9th February onwards. Usually we are conducting the weekday class on both Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and a weekend batch from Sunday, every Sunday from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So I will share the class schedule also to get a better understanding. I think now you can see the class schedule. This is actually for the weekday batch. So all the details we have mentioned here, the time and the date, and the special remark here. So the class commencement date and the registration closing date, and what are the documents you need to submit, and also especially the payment criteria and the assignment and examination details. All the details, important details, are mentioned in the class schedule. So we will share the documents in the due course with the students, those who have registered for the program. And students, this is the weekend schedule, and we are commencing the class from 7th February onwards, Sunday from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And weekend batch also, we have mentioned all the important deadlines and the other details as well. So especially the payment, you need to complete the payment on or before 21st March this year, and transfers we will be accepted only up to 14th March 2021, and it's applicable only next immediate intake, and we will release in the assignment on 14th February, and it's available in the Slim website, and I will give the more details about the assignment in my presentation. So examination technique session will be on 18th April 2021, and your final exam will be on 25th April. Moving on to my presentation. So with the current situation of the country, we are conducting the first few modules through the online Microsoft Teams, and thereafter, depending on the situation, we will be moving into the physical sessions. And the program you will be learning the program in English medium, but if you need any clarification in Sinhala, yes, you may ask it from the lecturer as well. So this is very important. So here are the 12 sub-modules in the PCM syllabus. There are 12 modules, module 1 to module 12. So as you can see in the screen now, nature and scope of marketing and the marketing environment. I am not going to read all these modules because all these modules and the details are available in the textbook, and we will sharing all the details with you. So I just need to give the introduction to the module specification. So in these first few modules, you will be able to gain the basic knowledge in marketing, and later from the later part, you will have an opportunity to apply the theoretical knowledge into the practical scenarios. And always we at Slim, we try our best to, in especially our lecture panel, will give you the explanation with the practical examples as well. So the assessment criteria, this is very important. In this program, there will be two evaluation criteria. The first one is the assignment, where we will be allocating 40 marks for the assignment, and the rest of the marks, 60% will be allocated for the written examination. So don't worry about the assignment and the written examination, as we have already scheduled dedicated briefing session for these assignment and the written examination session. So as I will explain the details in next slide. So our lecturers will give the necessary support to complete those modules. So assignment briefing, weekend batch, it will be held on 26th February 2021, and weekday batch Friday, it's also same 26th February 2021. So why I telling all these deadlines, because this is very important, and we are monitoring your attendance as well, even though we are conducting the classes online Microsoft Teams, and we are downloading the attendance list. So it is very important to attend all the sessions, especially for the assignment briefing and the exam technique sessions and the revision sessions. We are conducting revision sessions also. So assignment submission will be on 27th and 28th March in this year. So the students, those who have submitted the assignment, will receive the exam admission for the final exam. Assignment guidelines. So those the assignment guidelines, this will be available in our website as well, and the in these study kits. So once you get the assignment, and you will be able to go through these documents, and our lecturers will give the more guidelines regarding this. Past papers also available in the Slim website, www.slim.lk. So we will share the links and other details in due course. So grading system. So students, those who have scored more than 75 marks, they will be awarded the distinction pass, and between 60, 74 merit pass, and the 40, 59 ordinary pass. So this is the grading method. So exam technique sessions, this is what I explained in previously. So we have arranged the dedicated session for the exam, final exam. So in this session, you will be able to learn the structure of the question paper and what are the techniques that you need to improve for the final examination, and this will be held on the date as mentioned in the class schedule. Admission, we are issuing the admission for the final examination as I told earlier, and the final exam will be on 25th April 2021. So the Colombo, the main contact person is Ms. Rokshika Saumya. So she will be doing all the necessary communication regarding the PCM program, weekday and the weekend program. And students, kindly be note that we are not maintaining any official WhatsApp group, Viber or Facebook group. So what we need to do is, actually we are communicating with you through the email. So it is your responsibility to check your emails regular basis, and if you are not receiving the email, kindly contact the Ms. Rokshika. Then she will assist you with what you need. Actually, you can see her contact details Please note her telephone number and the email address. And also based on the class schedule, we are sending the SMS short message to your phone number, which you have provided to SIM, especially as a reminder for the assignment submission and the final examination and the exam technique sessions. On those important deadlines, we are sending the SMS reminder as well. And other thing is very importantly, I am again telling that we are sending the class link and all the details via an email. So it's your responsibility to check your emails on regular basis. So if you are not receiving the email, kindly contact Ms. Rokshika, then she will assist you. So certification ceremony, actually the students, those who have successfully completed all the components of the examination will be awarded the professional certificate in marketing at the annual certification ceremony. So details of the certification ceremony will be shared with you all. So actually for the students, those who have joined for today's session from Kandy and Matara, kindly contact Mr. Lahiru on 070-322-7949. Lahiru will be assisting with you regarding any support for Matari students, and the Kandy students, please contact Mr. Namit on 070-3354513. And the students today now, this is the open day, so I think you already have the better understanding about the SLIM, and also why you need to learn marketing, and what are the opportunities available in the marketing industry, and what is this PCM course, so what are the learning outcome of this qualification. So this is the open day, and we are commencing the classes from next week onwards. So please share this information with your colleagues, friends, and other staffs as well. So ask them to join with SLIM PCM program. And if you are from Colombo, kindly contact Mr. Madhushankar, 070-318-9646, and Mr. Madhushankar will give you the more details about the registration. And if you are from the Matara, kindly contact Mr. Lahiru on 070-322-7949. And if you are from the Kandy region, kindly contact Mr. Namit on 070-3354513. So those are the details which I need to share with you today at the open day. So thank you very much selecting SLIM as your education partner, and we wish all the very best for your future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing all that information with our participants. So with that, we would like to conclude today's session. So once again, thank you for joining with us, and hope you'll make a proper decision on the future of your marketing education with Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for being with us, and on behalf of the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, I should thank Mr. Upul Nawaratne Bandara for joining with us today as well, and of course all our participants who joined with us. Right, so once again, thank you, and stay safe.